Hello guys and girls, thank you so much for joining us today. As above, so below, Saturn energy. Thank you so much for being a part of our program. If this is your first time in my life, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I'm the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. The ATRs are the African traditional sciences by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. Teaching every one of you guys on today. This is my third video, and I'm here to educate because I understand that many people did not grow up like I did, practicing real magic, real spirituality, and so therefore I'm giving melanated people an opportunity, especially those that are in the church that are practicing the ATRs, and also to each and every one of the you guys that have left the church but still have church influence, but you're practicing the ATR. If you are concerned and worried and have an idea, want to have an idea of how to really interact and to tap into your energy, your frequency and vibration, on my website I offer classes. I try to give people so many different opportunities to understand why they find themselves in certain spaces and realities. And a lot of times when it comes down to people that are in the church, is that I call it what I call it is willful ignorance. Once you have been enlightened, once you have been once you gain some notion of truth, it is up to you as a grown man or grown woman to make decisions whether you're going to continue to walk in the darkness of ignorance, or you're going to walk in the light of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And that's, sir, ma'am, that's a personal choice. That has nothing to do with the pastor, the preacher, the tata, the mumbo, the hugan, and whoever else that may be teaching whatever African diaspora. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, Saturn is where you get serious about your business. Saturn is when you are being held accountable, and so therefore when it comes down to real magic and magical practices, this is why many people falter when it comes down to practicing real deep, hardcore conjure, root work, sorcery, and all of those black arts that allow us to delve into the darkness of the Divine Mother and Divine Father. What's up, Mama Susan in the house? What's up there? You got Gemini back to back. What's up, Demetrius is in the house. To each and every one of you guys. What's up, Karen O'Brien? I just recognized who that is. My phone is cracked at the bottom, so I had to wait, especially if y'all at the bottom. But I recognized her name. So what's up, my wait a minute, that's Gemini. All right, there, Mercury. All right, but I want to talk to many of you guys, giving you an opportunity for free. A lot of this stuff that I know that I could charge for, a lot of this stuff I know that that if it was all about just gaining resources and getting money for everything that I share, but I want you to understand how duped, how hoodwinked, how deceived you really were being in the church and being influenced by a lot of the dogma that the church offered. And I'm going to explain this because this particular planet, especially to black people, have gotten a very bad rap. And this is a planet that's very essential to our growth and our development. What's up, my baby Scorpio? What's up, my Gemini? I got quite a few Geminis in here. And when I share this on today, not only will you understand how astute I am and the benefits that I could really be unto you, and why I'm implementing certain things, especially those that are going to walk with me in the deeper aspects of spirituality. This is why tatas and mumbos and hugans, they can only go so far. They can't go into the outer regions like people like me, because even in Ifa, even in voodoo, even in Christianity, even in Condomlay, even in Palo, they're limited because of your exposure to knowledge, your lack of ability to understand the investment, to be around people that are actually from the world that you're trying to tap into. And so therefore you have to go the long way around, Charlie Brown. And that is a personal choice. But I'm going to be talking about those that have taken my advanced course. We'll find out why those courses are necessary. Those that have had the opportunity to be in my intermediate advanced. Now, what I will say to many of you guys, I'm going to also show you why you have not had the ability to benefit from these classes or these objects that you're getting. Let me explain something to many of you. What's up, my Boaz? Let me tell y'all something about me. I don't care how much I practice the ATRs, the African Traditional Sciences. I am not out here to con people. I'm not out here to deceive people. I'm not out here to get over on people. And so a lot of you guys that tell yourself lies are going to struggle with somebody like me. And so therefore, I realize why you're not taking out the time to actually understand what I am trying to enlighten you. I am not trying to find my way. That is not what I am doing. I already know what path I'm on. I'm not out here trying to figure out how to tap into the Ache of the Divine Mother, of the Divine Father, extraterrestrial. I'm not trying to do any of that because I already have been doing that for years. Not days, not weeks, not months. So when I'm talking about something, I'm talking from an experienced place. I'm also trying to help melanated people to understand how they have allowed certain dogma and certain teachings to hinder them from being able to protect themselves, to make more grounded and rational decisions, to have the realities that they're looking for. I personally, sir and ma'am, tell you stuff that they won't tell you. They will lie and tell you that your sexuality matters to the Loas, the Nkisi, the Mpungo. That's not true. They will tell you you can't be initiated into certain things because they have personal prejudice. They have certain racist spirits that they work with. And so therefore, it's not conducive for your growth or your expansion. So all of these things that I discuss with melanated people and trying to get melanated people to understand behind the scenes what is being said about them and how these people can care less about you getting healed, about you getting delivered, and they will take your money, they will waste your time, and when you get through, you will be right where you started at. Probably penniless, probably more discouraged than you have ever been in your life, hurt, raped, and so with Saturn energy, this is the opportunity. Sir and ma'am, if you're going to come in my live and you want to be funny, or try to be funny, I want you to understand, I know that all black people look alike to y'all. All black people look alike to y'all. Because when you hung one nigga, you done hung them all. I get that. So I get that your ancestors think it's funny. But if my second video that I did today, if more black people get in there, we'll see more of y'all disintegrate, die of sickness and horrible deaths, if more black people return back to their roots. Because it's people like you that try to be funny, that when your life you live a joke, it's asinine. So, but thank you for helping me with my algorithm and coming in here. I want to say to many of you guys that this is going to be an opportunity. I got consultations. I'm probably going to be doing some tomorrow. I'm really concerned and trying to give tools to grow melanated people in the ATRs. Everybody around here is telling you stories about the Orishas, the Loas, the story about Jesus. You're not being able to relate them to those stories, those patakis, with everyday life. It doesn't help you. You can read all of the laws of Ma'at. If you don't understand it, it's no different than reading the 10 Commandments. You don't apply it, it's no different. Application is due to understanding and clarity. And so in order for a man or woman to get personal benefits from anything that I teach, you have to have a mindset of being able to process information and willing to apply it. This is, I'm going to be talking about, first of all, let me say this. Hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. This is going to, I'm going to show you how this is applicable to your life. Why this particular planet in itself is very powerful. which is influenced through Capricorn and Aquarius. I'm going to do different zodiac signs so people have a better understanding of their astrological chart and those placements. This does not, and no knowledge that I give is going to replace the actual initiation, the actual dedication, actual commitment. You don't want to be those type of people that are out here regurgitating information, whether it's false or true, and you yourself are not living it. It benefits you and nobody around you if all you're going to do is gain knowledge, wisdom, understanding, so you can regurgitate it to somebody else, but your life itself does not reflect it. Okay? We have enough of those people running around in Christianity. We have enough of these people running around in voodoo doing that, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. So, on tonight, my subject is Saturn, the black sun, the alchemy of transformation, creation, and combination. The archangel that rules over Saturn is Cassiel. This particular energy is he rides on a dragon. Dragons are symbology of mysticism, protection. I have certain dragon magic stuff around here besides dragon's blood, but there's a fiery notion of Saturn energy. Saturn is a very potent planet with the intention of transformation, correction, and structure. To my melanated people all over the globe that may be watching this video, please, sir and ma'am, let Christianity go. Please, sir and ma'am, let the dogma go. If you're going to follow the concepts and the principles of ATRs, African Traditional Sciences, you must be in the classroom. In other words, when you're in your math class, you need to be fully engaged. When you're in your English class, you need to be very present. It's too many people that claim to be trying to learn African teaching, African sciences, African parables, but they're yet hanging on to master's teaching. There must be a departure, sir and ma'am, of that. What's up, my Ryan? No problem. I'm giving a precursor to what we're going to be talking about tonight. So, what is Saturn, and why does Saturn influence us, and why do we work on this day? And those that practice the Sabbath, or you go to church on Sabbath, these are very powerful warriors if they are doing worshiping on Saturday, 7-day Adventist Saturday. Those that take deal the sabbatical. So whether you understand what you're actually doing and actually tapping in is irrelevant. It is that you're tapping in and you're doing this on a Saturday. Your conjure that you do on a Saturday is influenced by Saturn. No matter what whether you're a Christian, atheist, if you're praying, doing any kind of affirmation, Saturn influences all of that. So I want to talk to you guys about the alchemy aspect of Saturn. And alchemy is a seemingly magical process of transformation, creation, and combination. And from a chemist, a scientific perspective, this is why it is essential to study, to know your minerals, to know your herbs. Now, I have black kyanite, which I told you guys about before. I'm doing some kind. I only really gave Minister Mario black kyanite. I gave it some to my mother, and I gave some to Darius, but I don't think I've given that out. This is a particular, which will be worked powerfully on Saturday, and I'm going to explain. This is one of the sigils or symbols for Saturn. Notice that I do have it on wood. And then I have my black salt. So let's talk about Saturn when it comes down to transformation. In order to walk in the power of Saturn, you have to understand the energy and the frequency of this particular planet and why it's considered the black sun. The concept is to understand that Saturn rules over time, it rules over karma, it rules over time. That's why I say Saturn is the biggest tattletale. As we say, time will tell. That's Saturn. Saturn will reveal you to people, places, and things. The night will tell it. This is when you hear black people in the church say, "What's done in the dark will be revealed in the light." In other words, Saturn will expose you. A lot of people think they can hide in darkness and blackness and all this other stuff. And that's for those that are not really spiritually inclined. For those that are actually operating in real dark matter, you can, like the Bible said, God said, in darkness it might as well be the noonday sun. That's how clear he sees in darkness. And so these concepts of understanding transformation, when you are, and I want you to think about it from the aspect, if you wanted to renovate your house, your apartment, that's Saturn. Say you want to add on to your house because it's about structure and building. Say that you want to tear your house down and reconstruct it from the concept of being on the potter's wheel. All of that is Saturn. Turning your life around. Becoming more punctual. Understanding karmic energy. Karmic energy is accountability. We have different synonyms that we utilize when it comes to Saturn, but you reap what you sow is governed by Saturn. What goes around comes around is governed by Saturn. When you hear people say, "Be careful how you treat people," that is governed by Saturn, because that is people that walk around with what we call instant karma. What's up, my Pisces? These are the people that understand Saturn. Saturn is also where your binding comes in, or your banishing comes in. Knowing how to get rid of things, knowing how to bring things in. This is all Saturnian energy. When we used to do work on lawyers, judges, and stuff, we would use a number 2 lead pencil. I'm going to say this again. We would use a brown paper bag. We would use brown eggs. Brown and black are representing a representation of Egun and a representation of Saturn. So we use a number 2 lead pencil in order to write the name of the judge, write the name of the target, write the name of the prosecutor or whatever, and we utilize that particular type of pencil in order to scry or scurry on brown paper bag, which represent of the dead, because brown represents the ancestors. And so Saturn also rules over Egun. This is why when we do graveyard ceremonies on Saturday, we use Baron Samedi in voodoo, or we may use Centea. Maybe some people may work with Oba in the cemetery. Some people may work, in my situation, I can work with Babalu Aye, because my particular path in Babalu Aye is Alua, which is he that carries the bones, the bodies, the corpses. So it matters that you have a clear understanding of why I'm able to remove certain things out of your life, utilizing Saturnian energy, why I'm able to cleanse you of harmful spirits. Because remember, Saturn is considered Satan. So Saturn has the ability to remove any wicked, unclean spirit. Saturn also has the ability to put them same spirits in your life to challenge you or to correct you or to chastise you. Saturn rules all of that. So this is why Cassiel, which is the archangel that rules over that day, is so important, that depending on what when we call it the Saturn return. When Saturn return comes, that means correction is coming. That means structure is coming. What say for instance, you're building something, right? And it has not been verified. You're putting things in your life that the Egun doesn't want. Saturn gonna make you tear all that shit down. It's like the people downtown, the zoning department. They say, oh, you can't build a third bedroom on top of your house. And you done started building. You got to take that down. Saturn is the same way. When you got people, places, and things in your life that are not serving the purpose, then Saturn will remove or banish those people, or that particular energy will come into your life to remove those people that do not serve your particular destiny or purpose. And that's just what it is. This is why Saturn gets a lot of bad rap, but Saturn is there to remove those bad people, those people that are hindering your success, and you're fighting to keep those people in your life because you think it's the devil, which is represented by Saturn once again. Saturn is represented as the devil, as the opposer. Saturn has no problem resisting you. This is why in the energy of Aquarius, the Aquarius is represented as rebellious. An Aquarius will rebel just to rebel, to kick against the prick, especially if it's something conventional, something traditional. Aquarius is going to do it their own way. But they get that energy from Saturn or the black planet. If you don't understand these and you got placement in your chart where Aquarius is sitting or Capricorn is sitting, you're not going to understand the opposition. Saturn brings the opposition in order for you to transform. Then you got creation. So Saturn is the builder. That's when you look around and ain't but nature. Then you come back tomorrow. Now they got a plaza sitting there. All of that is Saturn. Saturn rules the material world. When you want to create and you want to build things in your life, and you want structure in your life, and you want sturdy and stability in your life, this is why you go to Saturn, because Saturn deals in the material world. Those that disrespect, and let me explain something, y'all. Those that disrespect Saturn, let me explain what disrespect is. You're asking for certain things to be removed out of your life. Because at this time, you frustrated. You like, you know what? I don't want this nigga no more. This ain't working out. Right? So you do a banishing work. Whether you call Saturn's name or not, you're utilizing the energy of Saturn. Whether you call Cassiel's name or not, you're utilizing. Whether you call ancestors or not, you're utilizing the Alchemy. So get over whether you have the knowledge of knowing names or you don't. At the end of the day, that's what rules that department. So you say, I'm tired of this nigga. I don't want this nigga in my life no more. I'm tired of this job. I want different. Things start happening to remove this individual in your life. All of a sudden, you start going out your way trying to get. Saturn is going to punish you. Do not say things that you are not ready and committed to act thereupon. Saturn is going to hold you accountable for your obligations. Obligations mean your oath. When you give your word to Egun spirit, Saturn is going to hold you accountable. What black people do not like to be held accountable for the things that proceed out of his or her mouth. What's up, my unveiling Ann? I have Aquarius child, and my Aquarius is in a... Okay, thank you, Jelly Sweet. So, when you start understanding this, you start understanding energy. Now remember, Aquarius energy has Saturn and Uranus, which means sudden change. So you can be sporadic. You can make certain decisions. Things have changed, shift in your life, just like that. You have to be ready for quick turns in your life. So the reason why this is also important is the black sun, which is Saturn, which is a very significant part of our magic. is used to illuminate the dissolution of the body. Saturn is there to dissolve the flesh. The Bible and the scripture talks about yielding the flesh, surrendering the flesh, not allowing the flesh to rule. Paul talks about I got evil sin in my members, which is the flesh, right? This is why Satan in Christianity is referred to as flesh. When you in your flesh, they say you operating like the devil. In other words, you operate in the material world. You're not being spiritual, you're being materialistic. Does that make sense to y'all? So when your flesh is Satan, or we would say in Kabbalah, we would talk about the Titans. Everybody has a Titan or a flesh or a Satan or a carbon body. Our body is made out of carbon. This is when you get into alchemy. Understanding what your body, your chemical construction is. This is why I say oftentimes, if you're practicing real magic, you got to know mathematics and you got to know science. And if you want to perform any form of higher magic and deeper magic, you must understand alchemy, which is chemistry. And this is where a lot of the other people start falling down, because they lack the knowledge, the intellectual knowledge, in order to process how to utilize different forms of minerals, how to utilize different forms of metal in order to create spells, conjures, or things to repel energy, or things to they call them cursing tablets, and they utilize Saturn a lot to do that, because Saturn don't play. Now, the black sun is there to illuminate the dissolution of the body, the blackening of matter. So this is what Saturn, the sun, black sun does. This is when we get into dark matter. Melanin, to all of you are a little behind schedule. Carbon. This is the primordial. This is primordial energy. This is raw energy. This is raw power. This is cellular structure. This is the nuclei. This is where your cells become the generator of energy, frequency, and vibration. When you understand, that's why I was going through all those things, that my Satan, or my flesh, had to absorb the Arche. Now, those that understand why it's called the black planet. Black absorbs light. I hope I ain't leaving nobody behind. Black absorbs light. Okay? This is why when you actually wear a lot of black, you get very hot, because black is the absence of light, of the absorption of light. So therefore, when we utilize black crystals, black salt, my black obsidian, we use these colors in order to repel negativity or harmful working, and that includes energy that is done with light magic. This is why chaos energy moves considerably faster than elemental magic or light magic or earth magic. Extraterrestrial magic is really carbon magic, chaos magic, primordial magic, which means the raw essence of this particular planet, which is Saturn. And it is governed with the ability to reconstruct your life, that you line up with your destiny, which has to be my destiny star, North Node in Capricorn. Dark matter is carbon. Anybody that understands the periodic table knows that carbon is the building block of life. There's no life without carbon. And our melanin is completely carbon. This is why we look the way that we do. And if we take care of our carbon energy, we do what Rihanna says. We shine like diamonds in the sky. The more healthy a melanated person is, the more they shine. You ever, we call them blue-black people. You ever seen somebody so black that they look blue? They so dark. Their skin is so rich, but it's shiny. They're able to harness light. They're able to absorb the sun, the day sun. But they're able, the darker your melanin is, the more you can absorb energy, frequency, and vibration of any source. You can absorb power, and that's what my body was doing when it came down to my last ceremony with Kobiende. I had a hard time absorbing that Arche because I had absorbed Centella, I had absorbed, I don't know if y'all seen Dragon Ball Z. They had an episode where the androids were being absorbed by a cell. Cell represents our cellular structure. So it's the same concept. Dragon Ball Z got a lot of occult concepts in it. That's why I let my kids watch it. I watch it myself. But there's the reason what makes us chaos being because we're able to absorb light. End of story. We are nexus. We are abyss. We are the black hole. And when we are created in the image of the divine, see that Capricorn coming in the live. I know that's right, baby. Good to see you too. So the purpose of us utilizing black in our, whether it is an Obeah magic or hoodoo or voodoo or in Apollo, we understand scientifically that black or melanin allows us to absorb energy. This is why we can hug a tree and transfer our energy to that tree, and that tree transfer because we both have melanin and we're able to transmute that energy. The same thing when it comes down to when we go to the water. The same thing is true when we go down, we work with fire and any of the elements. Our frequency operates higher if we are in alignment with our destiny and we're able to absorb the frequency of the solar flares, all of that they're talking about, that heat. It generates power for melanated people, and we can utilize that power to do magical workings or spells or cleansings or whatever. At that point, once you absorb the energy like I have absorbed Kobiende, then you do as you will at that particular juncture. So how would I use, if we use black obsidian to cut energetic ties that somebody or some spirit has utilized or tried to utilize and connect to you, because in order to influence the individual, there has to make a connection. And so we can use things of this nature of black obsidian to cut those cords or those connections. Some people call them cutting clear spells. They try to utilize. I don't recommend utilizing scissors because it has a lot to do with what type of energy. Because if somebody placed a spirit of the dead on you, a cutting clear spell is not going to work. You would have to have something of this nature activated, cleansed, to banish the dead. Now, just because you banish something don't mean it won't come back. So you have to put up, once you cleanse, banish, you have to put a perimeter which will prohibit that particular spirit from coming back and reattaching itself to a person, place, or a thing. This is why this is not taught. Number one, because they don't know. They really don't understand the black sun. They like the idea of talking about it, but they really don't understand the alchemical that comes along with tapping into Saturn energy. Saturn is a negative planet. So let me explain that, because when you are Capricorn, when you are an Aquarius, you see the world half what? Empty. Capricorn see the world half empty is considered negative, right? And then Aquarius are the observers, but they naturally resist, which is considered the devil. I'm gonna say it again so you'll understand. Capricorns, the goats, are considered the devil, which is Satan. I want you to see that that Saturn is a negative energy. Has nothing to do with good or evil. It's just negative. Positive, negative. Then you got charge. Positive, negative. then you got charge. It's all scientific. Don't get Christian on me, okay? So, Capricorn energy is going to be about perception, seeing the world half empty, and dealing with fear, because that is also ruled by Saturn. So Capricorn has to deal with their fears. Cast your cares upon me. So the quicker Capricorn gets into a relationship with a true divine and lining up with Egun, the more they won't walk around with phobias. They are motivated by their fears. Then you have Aquarius. Aquarius of the observers. They're out. Remember, Aquarius is also detached. Right? This also has to do with the concept of banishing. So this is why when we talk about cutting clear, that actually falls up under Aquarius. So Aquarius, we call all over astrology world, they talk about how Aquarius will ghost you. They will disappear on you just like that. The same concept of getting rid of an energy, a frequency, a vibration has to do with Saturn energy. But these people are considered negative when they actually operate in their energy. You cannot claim to practice real magic and see negative as an evil. This is why a lot of you guys that go around and say, oh, get rid of the negativity, that's why you get imbalanced. Because scientifically, you can't have positive without negative and negative without positive to get a charge. This is why you can have a stroke on one side of your body, but it affects the other side of your body. I'm going to say that again to all y'all a little slow. This is why you can have a stroke on one side of your body and it affects the other side of your body. Even though you had a stroke on the left side, it's your right side that ain't moving. Even though you had a stroke on your right side, it's your left side ain't moving. Because they both are operate and exist at the very same time. A lot of y'all that I hear getting, this is why I use the term harmful energy. Because harmful energy can become from a positive energy, just like it can come from a negative energy. But you have to have both in order to have a charge. When you're getting rid of things, this is why we do spells to bring something back in. You cannot get rid of something and not replace that space with a particular energy. Because that energy that just left is going to find its way back to that space. That's why you need to know what you're doing. You just can't cast a spirit away from a person and then not cleanse them or protect them, because that spirit will find its way back to that individual. So we utilize, well, I'm utilizing black kyanite. And then this is when, like I told y'all, I personally don't believe in placing salt around your house without putting it in a vessel. Because a salt naturally is a crystal that absorbs. But black salt repels negative energy. I have a full jar of it. And certain things have to go on. I could put this black salt in a bowl, put it up under somebody, and remove negativity, disperse that energy, because what? Once again, black removes evil, wickedness. So until you stop looking at black as an evil or wicked energy or color, you can't really benefit off of its real power, especially Saturn's power, because it's black. When we see a black snake, we think evil. When the truth of the matter is, black snakes eat up poisonous snakes. Black people, because we have been indoctrinated, we don't understand the significance of Saturn, which is called Satan, and Christianity, which is talking about the flesh, which is talking about your melanin, which is talking about your 666, with your 6 neutrons, your 6 electrons, your 6 electrons. That's why protons, I meant to say. This is why without the knowledge of biology, without the knowledge of chemistry, you don't understand. You are speaking against thyself. Nobody is working against you. Your ignorance is working against you. If you saw me burning a black candle, it would make you struggle to really see me doing something good. I could be removing so much negativity off of somebody with a black candle. That's what my triple thread candles, somebody's name on this one. But I can use one of these, make sure they're over here, okay. I can use one of these candles right here and the black is in there. And because you seen black, or you automatically make that, or I remember I was in my spiritual dad's shop, and he works, he did this working with Samel. Samel is a poison of God. So one day I was behind the counter and he was talking to me, and I don't know what was standing between me and the spirit, but it felt like it like a wall or some type of partition was coming up in front of me while he's standing there having a conversation with me. This is happening to me. So when the wall started coming up, I see black hooves. The hoof of whatever it was. In the beginning, when I was looking at it, it was black, but the legs, the hair was red. I'm not associating Samel with what I'm about to see. So as the curtain is going up, I'm seeing more and more of this particular spirit. So I'm not even saying nothing to my spiritual dad because this is happening like right in front of me, like. So he's standing there, but it's like he didn't want me to actually see him, but it was being revealed to me what was walking around in my spiritual dad's shop protecting the shop, and it was Samel. But he looked at more like he had really big horn, black horn, but his body was red, fire red, like fiery red. His nose is extremely black. But spirits reveal themselves how they so choose to individual. But that's how he revealed himself to me. But he had it was a hexagon, but he had a red rose that was up there. But he used mirror magic to do this particular spell. But he used this spirit to protect the premises of his house. This is why I tell you guys, you don't know what people are working with to protect their houses, their children, or any of that stuff. And you be running across certain things. And my spiritual dad was very big in Masonic order. So Kabbalah, that type, and Voodoo, you can get a lot of stuff done. So this is what I mean by transformation. This is what I mean by understanding your energy. This is what I mean by understanding your frequency. Understanding negative does not mean bad, evil. Negative means just what it is. There's a negative polarity. There's a positive polarity. There's north pole. There's south pole. Duality exists at the same time. If you're going to do real magic and have an understanding, you can't step into this with Christian belief, because those are not the beliefs of those ATRs. Those are not the practices. Those are not the terminology. Those are not how we identify sulfur, how we identify saltpeter. That's not how we identify, what's another mineral? Cinnamon. Just, that's a herb, a spice, I meant to say. But this is how I would use my magic, or on a client, or somebody that wants some form of protection, because you have to have different types of protection, because things protect you from different things. You know what I'm saying? People be doing all kind of conjure or whatever. So I would consider this would be more fitting for Minister Mario, son of Achosi, Agayu. If anybody that is their father is Agayu, dealing with the volcano, but it can be used by any vessel that understands black obsidian. It can be consecrated by any Bokor, any type of initiate, any type of person that knows how to activate energy, frequency, and vibration. Me particularly, I like to set up booby traps. I ain't even gonna fake with y'all. When I like to see people suffer. I like to see people get hemmed up in my booby traps. I get off on that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna pretend like, no. I like to see people get trapped. Then I like to see them try to get out. Then I like to see them break. It gives me joy, unspeakable joy and full of glory. If you're gonna utilize crystals or gems, they have to be on your person. I will say that again. Getting something activated for you, getting something prepared for you, you have to have that, whether it's a talisman, whether it's an amulet, if you want something banished away from you, if you want something drawn to you, this is why we do that, and we use Saturn. Especially if you ever met a 7-day Adventist that had a prayer life, it is powerful. This is why when you go up against those type of people and they learn to pray from their heart chakra. So imagine they being influenced with the power of the black sun, which is Saturday, and then they're praying with their heart, which carries more electrical energy than any aspect of their organ. Sometimes people be doing stuff that they don't understand the science behind it, but nevertheless, they're still doing it. They might not know the terminology to it, but nevertheless, they're still doing it. And as long as you're a melanated person, you can tap into this arche. Okay? But this is what allows us to have, allows us to harness light energy. This is why chaos beings can destroy angels. I'm going to say this again. All you light workers, and you work with angelic lights and all that. This is why the, not the Kabbalah, Cliffoid. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. But you have the top of the tree of life, and then you have the lower parts, which, because they call them demons. Y'all know what my feelings about that. But that's there's Sephiroths, and then I think Demetrius, if you can help me out with that, the actual the word, so the people in that are listening, my pronunciation of that is off. But the lower parts of that, because both of those are the same, but they deal in duality. The El Shaddai and Saturn is the same. It's just the other aspect of that energy. You know what I'm saying? Who else could I? It's like Metatron and Sandalphon. It's just polar opposite. Polar. Not total opposite. Polar opposite. Like the North Pole, South Pole. Still polar. Thank you. That's what he's talking about right now. Thank you, Demetrius. But that's what I'm talking about. There's duality to every form of magic. And when people are practicing black magic, dark magic, it's Saturn magic. And in Christianity, they demonize our magic, which is Saturn magic, which has nothing to do with evil. It has to do with creation, transformation, and combination. Combination is how to put two things together to make something work. Faith and hope. Combination. It's still Saturn. Where two or three touch and agree on anything. Combination. Same concept. That's why all these things are important. Oh, somebody sent me a Cassiel. Praise the Lord. You better go, Karen, bro. Let me write this down. I'm actually do that that tomorrow because I'll be in church. Karen O'Brien. And Elaine. That your daughter's name is spelled a little different. But I got it. And she sent $50 for the tribe. So that would bring the tribe It was 1,000. Hold on. See, it's never too late. I wrote a song that called "That Never Too Late." That 1,014 plus 50. So the tribe is at $1,064. Y'all just got another boost from the tribe. Cause some people just called on, just realized what was going on. I did do a deadline, but I still added that to that. Let me tell y'all something. This is a lot of work, a lot of commitment, a lot of dedication. The black sun is here for our good. It only causes problems in your life when you don't want to do right. If you are coming into this with the wrong reason, you coming in here trying to lie, connive. That's what I tell people all the time. I could be such a blessing in your life if you just do right by you. I'm going to say that again because it's kind of going to go over. I could be such a blessing in your life if you would do right by you. Because some of the things that people are out here doing, and they doing that benefits them not, then you come over with somebody that carries the energy of like I carry, it ain't going to work out well. I was telling Mother Susan a little earlier, you know, my mom had this thing, if you start out wrong, it end up wrong. Enter into agreements, enter into relationships as honest and upfront as you can. Don't be that type of person, especially with the type of magic I do, that come over here on this platform with that foolishness. I don't have to deal with that a lot, but at times I do have to deal with that. I don't have to contend with as much as other spiritualists do, but at times I do have to contend with that. And I say these things that if you're going to practice these ATRs and you're going to be proficient in your magic, this is something that you really need to understand. And if you're going to continue to go to church, you cannot demonize Saturn. You have to understand where that word Satan comes from. And it has a lot to do with flesh, which is ruled by, it's talking about your physical body, your temple, your Merkabah. And without that Merkabah, you cannot be over here. So if you keep telling God to kill your flesh and you wonder why you dying before time, well, blame your mouth and blame your ignorance. Why are you speaking against your own temple? The Bible said if you destroy the body, he gonna destroy you. Do the preachers tell you that? So while you over there trying to kill your flesh, and now God trying to kill you because you destroying his body that he gave you to harness and disperse this energy, frequency, and vibration. And y'all know when I say God, I'm talking about masculine and feminine energy. I just want you to understand the level of ignorance when you don't understand that your body is the temple and your temple is chaos energy, melanin. And it is Saturn energy. It's the material world, which is the flesh. That's the only way. Everybody needs Saturn to be over here. And Saturn is the GOAT. You cannot operate in the material world without Saturn. You cannot prosper in the material world without Saturn. This is why the church world talks about it being evil for the love of money. But they always taking people's money, stealing people's money, stealing people's land. You got to watch people that preach one thing, but they do another. At least with me, I'm straight up and I'm honest and upfront about mine. You cannot prosper in this life without Saturn or Satan. He is the God of the He is the God of this world. Saturn is why we have the gravitation or the lead to hold our energy, our light into this world. You need to understand that and stop utilizing Christian folklore to hinder your growth. This was interesting, insightful. I know that's right. Yeah, they demonize Saturn too much. And they do it because everybody need a devil. Why not Saturn? The Saturn is the football coach that won't let you play in the game when you don't show up to practice. Saturn is the teacher that won't let you make up a test when she knew you could have been there. Them the ones you call mean. Hell, I'm Satan. A lot of people call me mean, and I'm not mean. They ignorant as hell. They're a bunch of liars. When you bring that correction, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be considered the devil. That's not an evil card. Sometimes you have to oppose niggas. Resist niggas. The Bible says resist these niggas. No, I don't say that part. But resist niggas and they shall flee. Sometimes you got to know how to banish people out your life. You have to be a Satan. Or in folklore we were called titans. Understand our real history. And this is why they took your history away, so you can plunge into ignorance. And I put a lighter there. You better go, Ryan. All right, the tribe up to, hold on, y'all. They still bringing it in for the tribe. So $1,114 for the tribe. They're only a couple, like, from their goal, hold on. I think it was $486. So the tribe is like $300 some away from hitting 1,500. And the Saints is I think the Saints is $386 or something of that nature. What did I do? I think the Saints untapped that. Like in the good old days, a real saint would go out and sell some ass and make sure, sell some fish or something to make sure they got their gold. But these days, people ain't the same. The good old days. They would go and sleep with somebody for Jesus. But I really appreciate the opportunity to share this with you guys. I really appreciate the idea that you understand that it's alchemy is very very high magic. It is only for the mature. It is only for those that understand their arche, ruling over their own spirits, understanding their destiny, knowing how to be proficient in protecting themselves. And these are the things that are necessary. This is why I tell you I'm not in the same category with a lot of these people, because they don't operate in extraterrestrial energy, so they can't teach you planetary magic like I can. They can't teach you elemental magic like I can. They can't teach you how to work with the dead like I can. I know what I bring to melanated people. I know what our platform has to offer, and I know why I have the ability to do what I do. And so that's why a lot of them, that's even when I got my madrina, when she had the Obab do my reading, he said this man don't even need to burn candles. He was born with an army of spirit. He's a king from darkness. When people hear darkness, they immediately think evil. Why is it when it get nightfall that you think it's evil? There's spirits that abide in the daytime. They still belong to God. And there's spirits that abide in the night. The angel that Jacob wrestled with was an angel of the night. Spirit of the night. That's where Jacob got his power from. A spirit or angel of the night. Because he said, I must return back to the heavens before daybreak. My chain of command, my shift is over at daybreak, and I have to already be back into the spirit world, because the other spirit starts to rule and influence the world. Y'all got to, black people, you got to get out of that. Because I'm a creature of the night doesn't make me evil. I operate, that's why I'm in Palo. That's why I'm dealing with Egon. That's why I deal with ancestry. Spirits, once they begin into the ancestral realm, they do not see the same way. That's why we light candles and give them light so they can see their way. That's why we venerate. That's why I'm able to venerate my Egon the way that I do. Stop thinking because you hear the word black or dark or darkness that it constitutes as evil, and that is not the truth. That means that every child that's born in the evening is evil. Just like that's ignorant, you're thinking about people that operate. Because if you believe that I'm evil because I'm a child of the night, then you should never use Israel's name. You should never use Abraham's name. You should never use Jacob's name. None of that. You know why? You know why? Because that angel was an angel of the night that changed Jacob's name, that gave Jacob power with God and man. I'm just here. I ain't rewriting your Bible. Did you get mine? I sent. Or you try. Yeah, I got your. I got yours, Demetrius. That's why the tribe was where it was. Because I had to go back when we first started it. And Demetrius' ancestor. The tribe is only a couple $100 away from their goal. Now, if you want to bring it home and land the tribe into first place of completion, if you want to land the saints into the land of completion, I like how y'all do this personalized. That's my Karen O'Brien. Okay. That's Bose. That's Calvina's. Brother Johnny's. Yeah. You sent your, wait a minute. You sent your, damn it. Oh, I just did it. You sent yours for the tribe. I thought it had a date. Actually, you sent it the day, because so it had to be October, it had to be October the 2nd, because it's right after Monique sent hers for the Saints, and then your name came up next, Demetrius. So you probably sent it on the first day we started. So I think that's why, because your name is further down the scroll. So I think you did yours the first, actually when you first found out about it. That's because the darker current is feminine energy, and those folks who put this madness together were scared of women. Yep. And that's where Lilith comes into play. The dark aspect of the moon. This is why my impungos and my spirit are female. And that's why I have the powers that I have. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to fix my hat. If you came in a bit, educate yourself. I don't want you just to follow me and like, oh, that's cool. No, you need to understand when magic is going on and what type of magic is going on, that you don't be a part of the ignorance and that you actually can support something because you understand. If I want to do evil, I can do that with a white candle. If I want to do evil, I can do evil in your concept of evil with the name of Jesus. If I want to do evil, I can be dressed up in white and tie your ass up with a white cloth and you won't be able to do nothing. Like get out of that. Like you don't have to use black to harm people. You can use white magic to harm people. You can use Psalm 23 to harm people. You never thought that about that. Psalm 23 will fuck you up too. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He making me to lie down in green pasture. His rod and his staff. Pat, 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 pat. What you think the shepherds use to get the wolf off? Pat, 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 pat. Pat, pat. Bitch. They might not talk like I talk, but that's shepherd. That rod and that staff, that's for your ice. But when we don't understand this, we just reading word and we ain't got clarity. So whether you use the book of Psalms, whether you use the 67 books of Moses, whether you use any form of veves, patipimbas, sigils, at the end of the day, understand your energy, frequency, and vibration. And stop playing with Saturn and stop making Saturn, which is feminine energy, and negative energy. Meaning you can birth. Negative energy is what you birth with. That's why it's earth, material world, birthing. Every one of these people that practice any of these ATRs, if they're manifesting material wealth, they are working with Saturn the goat. End of story. Me, hoodoo, voodoo, Christian, atheist, solitary witch, you cannot manifest anything in the material. If you're using patchouli, anything that attaches and associates with Saturn, you're utilizing dark matter, manifestation. Okay, who you are. It don't matter if you're a drug dealer or you're a pharmaceutical. It's same energy. Same energy. If you working with olive oil and you're in a Christian church, you're utilizing Saturnian energy because that Saturn is also associated with the olive tree. So it's the sun. But that's why you can do good and evil with the olive tree. That's why them sand niggas over there keep on fighting. Because they don't understand duality. Ain't none of them right. And none of them have a right to that land. They all stole it. Over there, you over there killing yourself about somebody else's land that you stole from somebody else. Ain't that some shit? Anyway, I love y'all. See y'all tomorrow, Sunday. And hope that this helped. I hope that you actually learned something. And I hope you start respecting Saturnian energy. And I hope you would stop calling Capricorns and Aquarius the devil. I know they can be challenging. And I know they can be resistant. But it's for a good cause and for a good reason. You know what Mario used to say? You know Jesus was a Capricorn being born. It's major, that is what you're saying. Yes. And not only that, if the goat. All of our ceremonies in Old Child, the goat is so significant because the goat only thing that represents human blood, other than a human being sacrificed. And that's what Capricorn is, the goat. When somebody tells you the goat, that means you're the shit. When somebody says you the goat of this or that, that's what they're saying. That's Capricorn. You at the top. You cannot be moved. It's what's harmful about that? What's evil about that? You the top of your game. Whether you're male or female, you the GOAT. What's up, Court Heart? I said the name backwards. He an Aquarius. All right. I love y'all. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you want to cash app me to talk to me, if you want to make passionate love with me, my cash app will be posted. I ain't gonna show up, but I have to build my church some kind of way. So fantasy sales too. All right, delusion is a blessing.